Hello, hello! Today we have some beautiful liquid eyeshadows from Juvia's place. So I don't think I've told this story, but I started getting interested in liquid eyeshadows, and there will be a review that will eventually be coming because I got a liquid eyeshadow from Jeffree Star in one of my mystery boxes. So I tried it out, and with a single matte liquid eyeshadow, I fell in love. And I also had gotten one of his psychedelic, like, shiny, shimmery liquid eyeshadows. That one was mind-blowing. It changed my look completely. It saved one of my looks. And then from there, I knew I had to try other liquid eyeshadows from other brands. And I do have some Jeffree Star liquid eyeshadow reviews that will be coming up later on. But this is the second brand I've tried liquid eyeshadows from. The first one being from Jolie Beauty. I do have a video out with Jolie Beauty's liquid eyeshadows. That should be somewhere. But these are from Juvia's place. So the pricing, I got these on sale, I believe. So I think those with the yellow top are $6, and those with the pink tops were $7.50 each. So let's see. All in all, with discounts, I ended up getting 7 liquid eyeshadows for $39. I think that's pretty good. I don't know. Liquid eyeshadows are kind of expensive sometimes, but I think for $7 to $6, I think it's affordable enough, you know. Maybe a little bit too expensive for some people for a single liquid eyeshadow, but I think of all the liquid eyeshadows that are possibly on the market, I think that is a more affordable price, and I do think that these liquid eyeshadows are pretty freaking amazing. So I'm gonna just kind of talk about them and go from my right to left, because I have them set up in from my least to my most favorite. And that's the way I initially wanted to do it, but when I thought I wanted to do it more justice and let you guys know which shades actually worked better. So it is partly my favorite colors, but also partly what shades worked the best from these Juvia's place liquid eyeshadows. So I have, like I said, I have 7 right here. And the 7 I'll be trying out is Yanga, Fuji, High Life, Cheri, Coco, Ajebo, I'm trying to read these backwards, well, upside down, Wazobia, and Ankara. So those are the shades that we have here. Now let's do some swatching. Alright, I've turned my little light on. Hopefully that should be enough so you guys can see these. So this first one that we're starting with is Yanga, or Yanga. This one was my least favorite. I don't hate pink. This is a very light pink. Light pink on me can either be good or it could be bad, and this maybe wasn't the best pink for my skin tone. It didn't really appear, but also it just didn't apply the best for me. Let's see. So out of all of these, I think this one was my least favorite. From what I remember, I believe this one slightly creased. There was some creasing. It really set in my lines. It really dried in my lines, and I didn't particularly like that, so that's why this one is my least favorite. We also have, this one is Fuji. We have Fuji here. This one is similar to the pink one, except this one has a, like, more of a blue hue, and I believe it was something very similar. It really set in my lines. I think overall, these didn't dry too fast. I think it did give you enough wiggle room to move these colors around. So that's same kind of Y2K kind of, we have this like hollow pink and like this hollow looking blue is the best way to describe it. It's so hard to describe what those kind of colors were, but if you were there, you know that the late 90s and early 2000s were kind of ruled by these like hollow pink, hollow blue colors. But I think I'm going to still keep these. Out of all of these, the only one I really kind of thought about giving away was this Yanga one. And I'm still not entirely sure if I want to give it away yet because I don't have any light pink liquid eyeshadows, so I kind of want to keep it for that. The next one is High Life. Oh, I loved High Life. I love this color. I've talked about it before. I love the teal. Between this one and the Jolie Beauty kind of mint, teal, mint green kind of shade, I do have to say that the mint one for Jolie Beauty I think might be better. This one was a similar situation, and this one ended up kind of disappearing. Like the color ended up kind of disappearing. It ended up kind of sitting in my lines and kind of like scrunching up, but when I patted it back down onto my eye and moved it around with my finger, kind of to smooth it out, it was okay for the rest of the day. But this one was a little bit bizarre. This High Life one was a little bit bizarre because none of the other shades really did that. they didn't kind of like, maybe I started blinking too much, maybe I didn't wait long enough, I don't know, but it was the only one that it happened to. I didn't have any issues with the other ones. So I think overall, these for me were the weakest links. As much as I freaking absolutely love this color, I would have put this in my top 3 color-wise, but because eventually it did give a really pretty wet look sheen at the end of my day to my mint look I had done, but I gotta keep it real with you guys and let you know that there was some issues overall in the way that it was like creasing and setting in my eyelids. So if there's a warning for any of them, it is Yanga, Fuji, and High Life, but I still like these, and I want to keep them. I still do want to keep them, honestly. So the next 4, I think this one applied very well, and this is one of the shades, if you watched one of my Let's Talk videos recently, this is Cheri Coco, and this is one of the shades that I put on. And I think this formula worked well. I think it applied very well. I was able to move it around. I think overall it's pretty. This one's in the middle for me, just because it's probably my least favorite color of the top 4. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's just not as show-stopping as the top 3, in my opinion. But this, formula-wise, and the way that it acted throughout the day was really great. Okay, I've kind of zoomed in and gotten a little closer to the camera, so hopefully it catches better. So I think you can see here, it kind of looks a little patchy. I don't know, this even though I absolutely love the color, I know it sets a little weird. And I think you can see here, this is a nice pretty color. It's just not my favorite of the top 3. Once you see the top 3, you'll know why this one's in the middle. But yeah, I think the 2 lower ones had some trouble. Not my favorite. I wish this one, I'm trying to remember exactly what happened with this one. I think it was just the way it applied, because I'm looking at this in the camera, I'm like, I absolutely love this color, but I don't think it might have laid the best on my eye. So let's do the top 3. This one is Ajebo or Ajebo. This one seems to be like a white. Oh, I think this one was like the gold reflect, if I remember correctly. Oop. I think this has like this gold. It's very, how do I describe it? Like, I feel like this color should be called like Angel Baby or something. It is this really pretty color, and it's like yellow to green. It's so unique. I don't think I have much that looks like this. It's a very unique color, but it's more of a gold reflect, kind of like a gold green reflect. I really like it. It really gives your inner corner that pop. It is really pretty, and it's just one of those shades where it kind of looks just white in the bottle, but it does have that green to gold reflect. I think that's really cool. So that was my number 3. My number 2, I believe, is this Wazobia. And if you'll notice that these last 2 are, let's see, I'm trying to flip it around. These last 2 are like, oh my god, they're like that crazy beetle duochromes. Because these other ones, these last 5 are very, if you can apply it thinly, and it can be very sheer, and you can keep applying on top, and you can make it thicker. But overall, I think you can tell that these are just very sheer. They're very transparent at the end of the day. There isn't a base. So anything, if you put something under it, it will change the color. These 2, if you can tell, are completely different. So like I said, my second one was Wazobia, or Wazobia, I don't know how to pronounce these. And this is a shade we've seen before. Holy god. This is definitely a shade that's, you know, quite popular. It's that dark green to lime green to gold, and I feel like a lot of brands, if they're doing like a duochrome, they have a shade like this. It's that gold to dark green to light green, you know, and you can definitely tell, like, this has actual color, if this makes sense. Like, 'cause look at this, look at the rest of these. You know what I mean? Like, these have like transparent bases. This has like a green, a black base, whatever you want to call it, but it's definitely much darker. So I did like that. This one was second, just because I was like, well, this color is actually quite common, and I think I do have at least like 2 other liquid eyeshadow kind of deals where it looks similar, but I think these top 2 did look the best. They looked really pretty. They didn't really look as heavy and set in the lines of my eyes as much as the other ones, and that again could be just because, you know, they have that kind of transparent base. But I really liked this one. That's that was my second one. And my first one, oh, I honestly don't even know what color this is. It has a very interesting, let's pop her out. I think this has a very gold looking deal that we're gonna see here. Okay. This, I don't remember why now. I've talked about this before. If you see my other videos, I always say I love a color that has this like red purple kind of base, and I don't know if you can it's capturing on camera, but that's what we're seeing here. When I reflect this way, I can see at the tail end over here, I'm looking at like a brown kind of reddish kind of brown kind of shade, and I think it might be in the opposite direction for you guys. But I really like this. It's such an interesting kind of gold green to like reddish brown. I don't think I have anything like this in my collection. Let me pull this back so I can get a little bit closer to the camera. But this one was my top one. Along with this one, these two performed very well. These are so easy to apply. I think that these can feel a little intimidating, especially for maybe older people, like, and by older I mean someone like me who's in their 30s, who are used to wearing powder as makeup, like their powder eyeshadows, powder blushes, and all that stuff, and we're not really used to using liquid-based makeup. But these are quite easy to use. I think I would say that these are very beginner-friendly, and you can always just start with applying just a little bit in your inner corners. You don't have to go all out. In the video, if you watched my recent Let's Talk video, I just take a flat brush, just because I don't want to get the makeup wand in my containers dirty. So I just pull these out, and then I take my makeup brush, a clean makeup brush, and I just take off the product off the brush and then apply it on my eye. So that's the way I like to do it, because I try to keep my makeup wands clean. I want to keep the makeup inside clean and not cross-contaminate everything. But these are so stunning. I absolutely recommend all of these. Overall, I'm quite happy with the liquid eyeshadows. I love how I like this sequence right here. It looks like a rainbow. It looks like that highlighter, that rainbow highlighter that went viral a few years ago. I think these are really pretty. Let's see, you can get different lighting and all that stuff. I think these are really pretty. I like them overall, and I would absolutely recommend all of these. I think these are really cool. I think Juvia is providing really good liquid eyeshadows at a decently affordable price. They're not like $18, $20 each. I think they're also really good to find on sale, but even better, right? A sale is always really great. But I really like these. I loved using these. I had a lot of fun using these. If you want to see a live look, like I keep mentioning, there's a Let's Talk video where I use 2 of these shades live, and you can see how they apply. But let me know down below which shade was your favorite, because I'm always interested to see what other people's preferences are. I obviously really loved, I really like greens, so it makes sense that, you know, these 2 ended up being my favorite. But I also really loved these kind of blue, shimmery, shaky ones. I think these are gorge. I would definitely recommend them. Before we finish up this video, I just needed to show you guys these beautiful liquid eyeshadows in low light. These would be so pretty if you went to the club, Coachella. Oh my god. Look how they just glow. I love these shades. Look at the top ones. Literally like straight up metallic. So pretty. I think my favorite top 2 would be great during the daytime, but these last 5 would just shine so bright in the nighttime.